Hello everyone! Welcome back to our channel. Today I will tell you a very long and magical adventure story. This story is simple, so you can enjoy listening and learning English at the same time. The title of the story is The Secret of the Crystal Forest. It is about a boy, a strange door, a magical land, and a journey full of danger and hope. Are you ready? Let's begin. Once upon a time, in a small, quiet town, there lived a boy named Evan. Evan was 15 years old. He was curious, brave, and always dreamed about adventures. But his real life was boring. Every day he went to school, came home, and read old books. One evening, while walking back from school, Evan saw something strange. Behind the library, in a dark alley, there was an old wooden door. It was tall, cracked, and covered with silver symbols. Evan had never seen this door before. He touched the symbols, and suddenly, the door glowed with blue light. The air became cold, and a whisper came from the other side. "Enter, if you dare." Evan's heart beat fast. Should he open the door? He took a deep breath and pushed it slowly. The door creaked, and a bright light filled his eyes. When the light faded, Evan was no longer in his town. He was standing in a forest, but not an ordinary forest. The trees were made of shining crystals. The ground sparkled like glass. Birds with silver wings flew in the sky. "This is impossible," Evan whispered, but it was real. He had entered another world. Evan walked carefully through the crystal trees. The forest was beautiful, but also strange. Every sound echoed like music. Suddenly, he heard a voice. "Who are you?" Evan turned and saw a girl about his age. She had golden hair and wore a cloak made of green leaves. In her hand was a small wooden staff. "My name is Aria," she said. "You are not from here." Evan nodded. I came through a door. I don't know where I am." Aria's eyes grew wide. "The door of worlds! It has opened again." She explained that this land was called Elandria. It was a magical kingdom, but it was in great danger. A dark force was spreading from the Shadow Mountains, turning everything into stone. Aria looked serious. "If the darkness is not stopped, our world will die. Maybe your world too." Evan was shocked. He had only wanted an adventure, but this was much bigger. Suddenly, the ground shook. From behind the crystal trees, a black wolf appeared. Its eyes glowed red, and its teeth were sharp like knives. Aria raised her staff. "Run!" she shouted. The wolf jumped at them. Evan grabbed a stick from the ground and swung it wildly. To his surprise, the stick glowed with white light and hit the wolf. The monster cried out and vanished into smoke. Aria looked at him in amazement. "You have the power of the door. Maybe you are the one from the prophecy." Aria decided to take Evan to the Crystal Village, where her people lived. Along the way, they met a funny creature named Lumo. Lumo was small, furry, and had big, round eyes. He could speak, and he loved eating glowing berries. "I will join you," Lumo said happily. "I know many secret paths." In the village, Evan met wise elders. They spoke about an ancient prophecy. One from another world will come. With light in his hand, he will fight the darkness. Evan did not believe he was a hero. "I'm just a boy," he said. But Arya and Lumo encouraged him. That night, while the village slept, dark shadows attacked. They burned houses and captured people. At their head was a tall figure in black armor, Lord Malachar. His voice was deep and cold. "The boy has come. Bring him to me." Evan fought bravely with his glowing stick. Arya used her magic, and Lumo bit the shadow's feet. But Malachar was too strong. Just before Malachar caught Evan, an old warrior appeared. He had silver hair and a long sword. His name was Sir Kael. With quick strikes, Kael drove the shadows away. He looked at Evan and said, "Your journey has only begun. If you wish to survive, you must learn to fight." Under Kael's training, Evan learned to fight with sword and light. He grew stronger and braver each day. Together with Arya, Lumo, and Kael, he started a journey to the Shadow Mountains. The road was long and dangerous. They crossed rivers of fire, deserts of glass, and caves filled with monsters. One night, Evan asked Kael, "Why does Malachar want me?" Kael looked into the fire. "Because you are the only one who can unlock the heart of light, the crystal that can destroy him." At last, they reached the foot of the dark mountain. The sky was black, the air was heavy, and the ground was covered with bones. Malachar was waiting. He stood on a throne of stone, holding a dark crystal in his hand. "You cannot win," he said. "Light will die, and shadows will rule." The final battle began. The fight was fierce. Kael fought Malachar's soldiers with his shining sword. Arya cast spells of fire and wind. Lumo distracted the enemies with his tricks. But Malachar was powerful. He created storms of darkness and sent waves of shadow beasts. Evan held the glowing stick, but it was not enough. He remembered the words of the prophecy, "With light in his hand." Closing his eyes, Evan focused on the hope inside him. The stick transformed into a sword of pure light. With a cry, Evan charged at Malachar. Their swords clashed, light against darkness. Malachar shouted, "You are only a boy." Evan replied, "Maybe, but even a boy can fight for hope." With one final strike, Evan pierced the dark crystal. It shattered into 1,000 pieces. The shadows screamed and vanished. The mountain shook and the darkness faded. Malachar fell to the ground and disappeared like smoke in the wind. The land of Eliandria was saved. The crystal trees shone brighter than ever. The villagers sang songs of victory. Arya smiled. "You are truly the hero of the prophecy." Kael placed a hand on Evan's shoulder. "Your courage saved us all." Lumo jumped around happily, eating more glowing berries. Evan looked at the sky. A new door appeared, glowing softly. It was the way back to his world. Arya said, "You can stay with us, or you can go home." Evan thought for a moment. He loved this magical land, but he also missed his family. He smiled. "I will return one day. This is not the end." With that, he stepped through the door. Evan was back in his town, behind the library. The old wooden door closed quietly. Was it all a dream? He looked at his hand. The glowing sword of light was gone, but a small crystal remained. It sparkled gently, reminding him of his great adventure. And so, Evan's normal life continued. But deep in his heart, he knew that one day another adventure would call him again. Thank you so much for listening to this story. I hope you enjoyed The Secret of the Crystal Forest and learned something new in English today. If you liked this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.